40-ounce beer?
I did not have 40-ounce bottles of beer. I did not have 40-ounce bottles of beer, but I did have, I would suggest, a 12-ounce glass of beer, probably.
Mr. Kramer.
Yes.
Mr. Shortino doesn't suggest that this was anything other than an accident.
I understand.
The question that we address in these kinds of proceedings is, but for your actions, would his tooth have been broken? That's what we call tort law. You know, torts. I got an A in torts in law school. So, but for the intervention of either tapping him on the shoulder or, as he said, you sort of put your hands out in front of him and tapped the bottle so that it went into his tooth. But for your actions, his tooth would not have been broken. There's no question, based upon the evidence that I have, that you did, in fact, suffer a broken tooth as a result of this huge beer bottle that you were drinking, sir. Probably at a time when you weren't supposed to be drinking beer. Is that correct?
This is correct.
Yeah, because you were not of age?
I'm not of age. This is true.
So you weren't supposed to be drinking the beer, but you had this big beer bottle and it was near your mouth. But for that intervention, he wouldn't have suffered this injury. So it's not an instance where you were at fault because you did something grossly negligent, but you are responsible. He's not responsible because it wouldn't have happened but for your intervention. Do we understand each other?
No, I don't think we do.
Just a second. He's going to try to explain it to me.
I'm going to try to explain. If it was not due to all the alcohol in his system, I believe, none of this would have happened. How does tapping somebody on the right shoulder affect something holding in your left hand? I believe due to his inebriated state,
yes,
this never would have happened.
You were in front of me, though.
Just a second. Mr. Kramer.
Yes.
I was trying to be kind to you, sir. You're over 21, correct?
Yes.
You knew he was under 21. Chuck! You knew, Mr. Kramer, he was under 21 because you told me that in your answer. Right? That he was a minor. I mean, I didn't learn it. I didn't pull that out of a hat. It was in these papers that you both furnished to me. Now, you said to me that he was drinking at your house. Before... He was drinking at your house before he went to the party.
I was not at the house when he was drinking. I was at the fraternity. I then found out about the party. I came back. He was the 40...
How did I get to the fraternity?
Here's what...
He was drinking at what house before?
At my house, but I was not present at the
second.
house.
You mean your home, where you live?
Right. I was not
Yes.
present at the house. He had gone to Tijuana. I live in San Diego. He had gone to Tijuana. I was at the fraternity. He came back. By the time I came back, he was there. He
was at your house?
At my house.
Yes.
There was a bottle of tequila and a 40-ounce bottle of Miller Genuine Draft on the coffee table.
Yes.
My roommate, Joshua Cash, was there to let him in, obviously.
Yes.
I then came home from the fraternity. I said, there's a party. We'll leave in about 20 minutes. And that's when we went to the party, and I drove to the party.
Just tell me, what makes you say he was drinking at your house?
Because I saw him drinking.
Right. You furnished a minor...
I did not buy the beer
You didn't
or
have
the tequila.
Just a second. That doesn't make any difference, sir. I was trying to be kind to you. You furnished a minor alcohol. You don't have to buy it for him. You didn't say to him, you're under 21 years old and you can't drink in my house. I'm going to tell you something, sir. With the same scenario that you're telling me, if he drank at your house and he got into his car and was driving and killed somebody, killed a 5-year-old child, and they took a blood alcohol on him and found that it was above a .10, you know who they would sue?